morning. Get ready with me for my sister's wedding. Las Vegas, day 3. Oh. Got some Starbucks. Okay, let's do this. Start off with some CeraVe moisturizer. Believe it or not, I did wash my face, but I forgot my face wash and the coconut oil I used to remove my waterproof makeup. So my eyeliner has been on for 3 days. I guess I'm just kind of sleeping a little extra cute than I normally do. Even though I haven't had my acne blocking face wash, I've managed to only get one new pimple. It's kind of subsiding for the day, and that is fantastic. Okay, so my skin has a little drink of moisturizer, and now I'm going to fake being awake and not get any more sleep, but I will try on my vitamin C serum. Wake up that face a little bit. I'm gonna just kind of go like this because I know a lot of times the girlies, influencers kind of put it like right on their skin, but I could never rub it in quick enough for it to not slip right off my face. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and do that. And the best part about this process is the quick little lymphatic drainage massage facial relaxation you get to do. It's like 9:20 already. The time is flying. Gotta meet up with Bride at her penthouse because we all rented rooms in the Golden Nugget, and she rented like in the penthouse, and so we're gonna meet over there at 10 to get ready. But you know, I've got to get a head start because I am gonna try to help out with everybody else's makeup in here, and also, you know, running around. And so I want to try to have myself already together. The sunscreen, this is actually pretty good. So it's Super Goop Mineral Unseen Sunscreen SPF 40. And the reason why I love this sunscreen is because I am super pale complected, a very white skin, and even if you are blessed by the gods with melanin in your gorgeous skin, you should still be protecting it from the UV rays, you darling, with sunscreen. And it keeps you protected pretty well, I think, and it also doesn't mess with my makeup, which is great. I don't notice a big white cast. Granted, I'm very white, so okay. Talked to my sister-in-law, talked to my sister, the bride-to-be, and we are all supposed to be getting ready together in her penthouse in like 20 minutes, but we haven't heard from the bride-to-be yet, so we're not gonna do that quite right now because we can't get up to the room unless we have the room key. So somebody like her or her husband to be would have to come down. So I'm just gonna continue to like do some of my makeup and then my hair, which I know my hair is gonna take the longest, but look, I know how to do my makeup. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to knock that out. I had some Burt's Bees on my lips for hydration earlier, and I'm gonna take that off. And now the good old trusted lip stain. Okay, Every time I try to put this on and trace my outline of my lips, my head just like, my neck wants to shake. Oh my gosh. Concentrate. Calm, concentrate. Is it cute? Whew. I keep thinking that I'm not sick anymore, and I kind of still have some phlegm. I don't know, I got like a weird cold remnant in Argentina. It was just kind of going through the whole family. And then my husband's had it kind of bad, but me, it's just like an annoying little like tickle for a cough in my throat, and maybe a little phlegm. And honestly, a couple days ago I was really tired the whole day, and that never happens to me, but now I feel great. I got some fantastic genetics. I mean, I'm not trying to lie, and I'm not trying to brag, but my birth mother, she breastfed me for a long time, and she was all into that earthy stuff, like, you know, eating the fresh herbs as we would go on walks and stuff like that. And at the time, I was like, she's crazy. But as I get older, gotta say, she was really smart about some stuff. Was she also a little bit crazy? Well, she had some multiple brain injuries, so yes. But she was actually onto something, like, and there's like a lot of science to back eating the whole foods diets and all of that. And I always gotta cover up the little pimple a tiny bit. A little bit of red around my nose. Look, this is where I have like the most like cakiness look when I do my makeup every time, and so I gotta be super careful not to be putting too much product here. Here's the thing, we all have skin default, unless you don't, and then that's like a really big problem. If you're doing makeup, you probably have skin default all over your face. Yeah, and we gotta not be afraid to just let the character of that skin to try to care for and make it as healthy as possible. But I feel when you have a good mindset about, oh, you know, I'm not trying to change necessarily who I am, but just enhance my features because I am just so beautiful, the makeup just starts to look a little better, I feel. And my nails are done long, so as I try to blend in the concealer, I'm kind of picking my nose a little bit, and I'm trying not to. There we go. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Blend out the little pimple patch. Coat. I just love my face, and I just do it so good, and I am not even worried about what today can hold, because even if the whole sky is falling down, someone taller will hold it up. And there's a Bible verse, and I believe it's in Proverbs. It goes, many are the plans of men, but the Lord's plan prevails. And that just gives me peace. Because yes, we do not need to be trying to make everything out to all plans. Praise the Lord. He's got a plan. It's gonna work out one way or another. Just gotta try to show up as my best self, be able to be used for the kingdom and the glory of God, love people well, work hard, try my best, do what I know to do. I'm not a Bible scholar and there's a lot of stuff I don't know, but I know that, and I can try my best in that. Yeah. It was funny. Oh gosh, that's really dark. This is what you get for not cleaning your brush. You get orange chin. I'm gonna wipe that off. I'm gonna wipe that off. Goodness gracious, like a instant President Trump chin. Yikes. Not the look I was going for. Okay, whatever. Okay, yeah, last night I was talking with my dearly beloved big brother James, and he was looking at my necklaces and he goes, oh, like, what is this necklace? What's the story behind that? And I was like, let me tell you the story behind that. I bought it on Amazon. He was like, oh, I thought for sure there would be some like deep, significant story. I'm sorry. No, I wanted a cross necklace and I'm cheap. So I got it on Amazon for convenience because I just want to be able to talk to people about God whenever I get the chance. And so that's why I like to wear t-shirts that like have scriptures on them, or talk about Jesus. I like to wear a cross, you know, and every once in a while, if I'm lucky, someone in passing will be like, I love your necklace, or I really like your shirt, and I'll be like, thank you so much. Can I pray for you? Thank you so much. Do you want to talk about God? You know, and that way they started the conversation, and I had to be harassing people and all of those things, but it's like, it's my favorite. I love to talk to you about God. I love to, because it's like, you know, you also want to know the deep peace and love that I have? How exciting. Yes, let me tell you. I also, it brings me such joy and happiness to see on someone's face and to see their whole body after I pray over someone when they're like stressed or anxious, especially when I ask them, can I pray for you? And then I do it in the moment. I'm like, can I pray for you? All right, can I see your hands? And I pray for them right in the moment. Afterwards, I see the stress just, you know, the tension decrease, their body just kind of a little bit. And I love that. I love that. Okay, that's God. That's Jesus. It's not me. Feels good to see though. Ooh, it's looking cute. Okay, a little bit of the powder. Now, gotta be careful around the under eyes. I told you guys it gets cakey looking there. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that in a minute. But I will go ahead and apply the powder to my forehead. Okay. What do we want to do now? My eyebrows. So I have the little elf eyebrow lift, and I'm gonna smooth down these glorious hairs that I'm so grateful to have on my face after I plucked all of them off as a 12-year-old little hellion, because I was reading Vogue magazine and there was like some section where it was saying the eyebrows frame the face, the eyebrows change so much about the face, and it had all these celebrities with different like eyebrow styles, and I saw that and I was like, oh my god, it's true, the eyebrows really do so much. Let me try to style my eyebrows. And once I started to pluck them, I couldn't control myself and I just took off the whole front halves of my eyebrows. All of this was gone, and it took like literally until my early 20s for them to grow back. And even then I had to apply castor oil like every night and every morning. Castor oil actually works in my experience. So, thank you, Jesus, for castor oil. Okay. Here's my little eyebrow spoolie. Go ahead and comb through these bad boys. I'm losing my voice because I've been doing a lot of like screaming and hurting and cheering because my sister's getting married, and you know, I am her biggest fan, biggest supporter. That's my big sister. I'm like, ah. So, you know, I'm on level 100 right now. Just so happy for her, and also my other siblings are here too, and it's very rare for all of us to get together at the same time. So now that we're all getting together, every time it just feels like a big deep breath, and I just love it. My siblings are my heart. If I was a millionaire, if I just had it like that, if I had crazy money, what I would do is I would buy a house in Florida, maybe like St. Augustine area, but I would buy houses for each one of us and be in the same neighborhood or on like within 30 minutes of each other, but each of us would have like at least an acre or so, just like property. They'd be beautiful homes, and then I would take my big brother John with me on a vacation to Mexico, and I would take the other siblings with us too, and we would all celebrate my brother John's birthday because his birthday is near the Day of the Dead. And so he's always said that he wanted to go to Mexico so he could feel like he was being celebrated by all these hundreds and hundreds and millions of people. And I just think that's so cute. And I would love to travel to Mexico with my brother. I've never been to Mexico. I really want to go. I really don't want to mess around with the cartel, but I want to go to Mexico. And I'm sure that two things can also, you know, that can happen. I want to climb up and down the temple walls and learn more about the Aztec influence there. You know, it's cool. So I've been learning Spanish for years now, and I am not fluent. I'm maybe at like an intermediate level. I get excited every time I can communicate with a native speaker. But basically, in Mexico, there are a ton of different languages spoken. So, you know, Spanish is, you know, because of the Spanish Empire going and taking over all of these places is why all these different countries speak Spanish, you know. Before that, there were like native languages, right? And so in Mexico, there's actually like hundreds of small villages where their native languages are still spoken. And I think that's really cool, really interesting. Just like when I was traveling in Italy, silly me, I thought Italian was going to be like the, you know, the language everybody was speaking. But then when I was in the like kind of near the Amalfi Coast, near Pompeii, there were a bunch of people, and basically they spoke Italian as a second language, but their first language was Nepalese. So my broken Duolingo little phrases were already a struggle to them, and that wasn't even the main language they spoke. So that was funny. I ended up riding on the back of a motorbike with a stranger by myself. Left my husband alone at a bus stop because we didn't know where we were going or how to get there. That was the scariest ride of my whole life. I really thought that I was going to be trafficked, killed. And the whole time, the Italian guy, he kept muttering to himself and speaking with his hands. He's just like, about how upset he was that my Airbnb host had told me to walk to wherever I needed to go, because he was like, that's impossible, it's like 12 miles, you know. But he was saying all this in like Italian, and he was going like, impossibile, impossibile. It was really funny. And he was on his little, you know, motorbike, and they do not use like the stop signs for real, the yielding signs for real out there. No, they're beeping as they're crossing by the streets, and so beep beep, and they're just vroom 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 vroom. They're going in between pedestrians, you know. And then he would stop randomly to talk to strangers on the side of the road to ask for directions to go to places, and then the strangers would try to talk to me in Italian, and then I would, you know, and I would get no signal, and I was just so lost, and it was just funny. And I was like, there's no way I'm ever gonna find my husband again, because like I don't even have signal or anything. He doesn't have signal. We can't communicate with each other. That was fun. We did find each other, and once we found the Airbnb host, me and the Vespa motorcycle guy chewed out my Airbnb host. Like, I thought they were gonna fight, but then my Airbnb host told me, no, like, he's a really nice guy. It was really, like, he's really chill. I was like, really? Because it looked like drama. Because the motorcycle guy was like, you know, and I was like, that's funny. Okay, focus on the eyebrows, girl. Are they cute yet? Oh gosh, are they cute yet? I think they might be cute. They look like very defined eyebrows, yes. They look like that's where they're supposed to be on my face. Just using the power I have to define them where they stand on my face. Okay. Let me tell you something. So, one day, all the girls that I follow on YouTube and Instagram that are so sweet and loving and like do all these really fun things, and they have been doing YouTube and stuff for a long time. They go on like brand trips. One day, maybe I might even meet them. Maybe I might even like make a friend or two that way. Maybe I will go to these different places too. And I hope that through my future blessings and opportunities that I am just really able to be radically generous with it, and you know, just maybe make genuine connections with people, and you know, show them the love of God, and just glorify God that way, you know. We'll see what happens. I'm having fun on YouTube so far. It's a little scary. I'm a little scared putting myself out there. But, you know, to be truly seen, to be truly loved, it's the same thing. And to give people the opportunity to know you and to see you is good. It's good. Because people who really do not mess with you at all, don't like your vibes, don't like nothing about you, they'll see it and they'll move on. And the people that see it and they're like, that is my vibe, I love it, this is great, they'll see it, and you'll find cool people. So, you know, it's like, just gotta put yourself out there sometimes. I don't know if my lip stuff would work on all types of lips. I don't think so. But for the type of lips that I have, the lip combo I got going on, it's tea. It's cute. I love it. So, the basics of it, right, is that shell, is it a French word? This, you know, pinked lip stain. Then I used just this regular NYX, like old crusty dusty lip liner, and it is in mahogany shade. And then after I lip stain the top and then I peel it off, I make sure that I take it up to my Cupid's bow and I outline it, right? Then I outline the Cupid's bow with this pencil and I just barely go over my lip line. I like the way my lips are. I don't want them to be a different shape, really. You know, I just accentuate a little bit. Then I go a little bit on the inside of the lip line, on the bottom. Then, and I know this isn't like record breaking, I'm sure other people do this too, but changed my life with my lipstick situation. And I come in with this Bare It All. You know, I love this cheap Wet n Wild lipstick. It's like matte. Look, I'm almost done with it. I love this stuff. And I just kind of get her on the inside a little bit. I've had this like dot on my lip for the longest time, and I think it's just because I bit my lip maybe, or something happened to my lip, and so it's a little just discolored dot on my lip, and that's fine. But I just put the lipstick over it. There you go. And now, because this is a matte lipstick, it looks crusty, dusty, gross on the inside of the lips part, you know? Because the saliva in your mouth is not meant to be mattified, you know? That's why I come in with this lipstick, which also looks insanely old and gross, and I should probably get a new one. I'm sorry, don't hate me for that. I don't know. Then it's like, maybe this might be 74. Anyways, my friend got this for me for my birthday one year, and it's like a red. I don't like most red lipsticks, but I like this one. It was from Target, and I put it on the inside of the lip line a little bit for like an ombre effect. Yeah, and then a little bit of that, and I like it. And then right before the event, I just add on a clear gloss, and then I reapply the clear gloss. And normally the lip line and stain stays pretty well, and then that adds just a little bit of color. This main look is not going to stay forever, and that's fine. But the gloss, girls, that's all you need. Okay, we can do it. Oh, we could do it. I need my coffee. Okay, the eyebrows are done. A lot of foundation stuff's done. Let's go ahead and knock out the rest of the foundation look, and then we can go back to the eyes. We make the rules here. I don't care. This is out of order. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do some sculpting. I recently saw someone talking about how it's good to do your contour starting at like maybe where your eyeliner would be, and then do like a little whoop, just a small little whoop, like the greater than, less than signs on your face. Okay, and then I'm gonna do just a tiny bit of brown, the hairline, and then a tiny bit on my nose to highlight the ever so slightly crooked nose of mine that has been punched and rearranged just a few times too many. I tell you what, there is just like a certain type of feeling whenever your nose gets hit or punched. It like instantly makes me angry, and I don't think that that's a unique experience. I think that that's like probably survival instincts type stuff, you know? It's like, my nose was just punched, I think I want to fight somebody. Okay, I'm using this small fluffy brush, and this is why it looked so crazy earlier when I was trying to use my concealer to blend all these things out because it had leftover brown from my contour. Whoopsies. I suppose I'm a bit type B in that area, but you know what I've learned is that my happiness and resilience and being happy and having a good time partially from my choosing to not be so caring about everything, right? Like, some things are just not going to turn out perfectly, and some things could turn out perfectly with a lot of effort and stressing and work, but I don't want to do a lot of effort, stressing, and work if it's not that important to me, if it'll turn out okay without all of that. So sometimes my house is a little bit more messy, or sometimes my makeup brushes aren't cleaned all the time, or sometimes I do my makeup out of a sequential order because it's not that serious, you know? There's a lot of things that are super serious in life. Your relationship with God, your health, your relationships with your family, how you steward those, you know? But your makeup, not that serious. Your hair color, not that serious, girl. You know? Your outfit, not that serious. Go ahead, play with it. Get crazy. Try something new, you know? You'll be a happier person for it. Let yourself make the mistakes. Now I'm going in with the powder to kind of reinforce some of this contouring I did with the cream. Because I make the rolls here. I make the rolls. And what's strange is, as I'm here in Las Vegas, you know, I don't come to Las Vegas very often, only for my family. But it's been like a lot of people talking to me. I think it might be my red hair. I think like maybe it just stands out more. I'm not quite sure. But a lot of people talking to me, girls and guys. Yeah. Okay, adding some blush now. This is the Milani, the bronzer that was like a powder that I just put on was also Milani. And I think you should just use whatever shades look best for your skin tone. I'm very, very pale. And so I just got like a very pinky type of blush. So it looks like I do spend time in the sun a little bit without sunscreen. And I have like a healthy little bronze here. And it's not entirely untrue. Only kind of untrue, because genuinely I do try to keep that sunscreen on. Skin cancer is far too common, far too common. So I try to keep my skin protected. Honestly, the face makeup, it's kind of cute. It's almost done basically. Now let's go in and do our eyes. Let's do our eye makeup. I have another Milani. I think they do a pretty good job with their makeups, and I can find them in the drugstore for cheap. And me, I love a good budget, okay? I love to keep the coins that we make in our pockets, in our savings, in our investment portfolio. Ladies, let's get on the investment portfolio types, okay? Let's do it. All right, I started off with the lights. The lightest in this palette, it looks like it's a white, but truly it shows up as just like a, like a cream powder. It's not very intense. It doesn't really do too much, but it kind of blends out. leftover makeup from the last 3 days I haven't been able to get off my face. Yeah, so we're just gonna do that. Take it all the way up to them eyebrows. Then I'm going to skip one and go right to this because it looks the second lightest. And we're just gonna build the base, okay? We're going to focus in the middle of the eyeball. Middle of the eyeball. Then I'm going to do that on the other side. And I don't feel the need to switch up my makeup look too crazy because I know the kind of makeup that looks good on my face, the way that I like my makeup done. And I'll switch a couple things around, but it's like, I've actually come to know that normally I don't want to spend 12 hours doing a new makeup look with a crazy bright color just because. Now I went to this color and then I'm going to put it in the crease of the eye. Okay. Oh gosh, that was super pigmented. Whoa. It's okay. It's okay. And actually, because I have like a black eyeliner moment going on here, the dark color going all the way out, it's gonna help soften that and make it look like more smoky eye intentional. Okay, it's all right. We're, you know, gonna be able to blend out these harsh lines. I'm going to now use this fleshy brush and put the dark color under my eyes a bit. That's why I didn't bring the concealer up too far. I just wanted to like put the discoloration in my eye bags like at the very end, but truly, like, you know how sometimes some makeup looks, they accentuate the eye bags? Girls, our eye bags are actually cute. So I put a little bit of the makeup on the under part. That's fine. That's fine for this look, okay? I'll blend. And then I'm gonna go back one and I'm gonna do this little light brown. I kind of hope it's a little less intense. Okay, gonna put it back in the crease. Back in the crease. Not a lot happening here. Just building our house brick by brick. Now I'm gonna go back to the very most lightest color in the palette with that fluffy brush, and I'm going to go at the top of the eyebrow and I'm going to make these swooping motions to soften the lines for the colors we used for the crease, you know? Okay, and that actually worked really well. It's looking more blended, more harmonious. We do love that. Okay. And we're gonna do it on this side. Cute. Wow. I love my face. Thank you, mother, for giving me a good face. And now I used the second darkest color, okay? And I just kind of swiped on one side, then I whoop, full turn, swipe on the other side. Now this color, it's bold, so I'm going to pop it where the flip of my eyeliner is, okay? And I'm gonna pop it where my eyeliner is. Oh, oh. Looks a little unblended and crazy, doesn't it? It's okay. We just getting started, okay? I'm gonna blend it out on my little palm of my hand for a second. Then we're just gonna go ahead and blend, 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 blend. Just like our families are doing today, coming together on this wedding day. We're blend, 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 blend. Oh, I don't like you, I don't like that. Blend, 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 blend. Oh, I don't know you, where are you from? Blend, 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 blend. Okay, you know, that's what you gotta do with the families, all right? It's like, look, guys, now we're family, we're coming together. It doesn't matter, none of that's too deep. Like, let's just focus on getting along. We're family, Okay. Actually, I kind of like how it turned out like this. Okay. Now I'm going to once more take the lightest shade and kind of lighten, just starting at the top of where my eyebrow is and coming down to soften those lines a bit. Soften those lines a bit. Okay. And then we're going to do that a little bit on the bottom. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. I've been using the Clinique eyeliner, waterproof black, ever since I got out of Marine combat training. The Clinique lady in the PX got me, and I spent $300. It was the first time I'd worn makeup really since boot camp, and I just wanted to feel like a girl again and not a nasty, disgusting man. And I really like it because it actually does work quite well. As you can see, you know, I've had to touch up the eyeliner, but it's been on my face pretty well for 4 days now, and that's a little bit gross and crusty, but you know, we're making it through. I'm not the main event here, my sister is, and I love it. So I'm gonna try to show up my best self, even if it's a little crusty dusty, that's fine. And then I got this little tiny white sparkling eyeshadow in Japan. I think it might have been Tokyo. And look at the pigment here. It's pretty nice. All right. Then I'm going to just pop that on the inside of my eye just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. It's okay. Okay. I like it. Now, take that little fluffy brush, put it in the middle of your hand and wiggle it around. And then boop, 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 boop. Blend it a little bit. And it's cute. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Coffee. Alright. Now, I should tightline my eyeliner a bit. I'll go in with the same palette, just the darkest brown here, along the top of my lash line. Just going to tap that in a little bit. I do wish that I had makeup that was like really natural and was very cleanly sourced and, you know, came from nature directly and wasn't chemically processed and stuff. But to be honest with you guys, it's like that's really expensive. And sometimes that stuff does not stay on my face as well as I would like it to. The only thing that I have that is like that is that cream bronzer that I put on my face a little earlier. It's from like Well People. Everything else is like the cheapest drugstore makeup basically, but you don't need a lot of money to look very nice. Maybe one day, if it's something that continues to pique my interest, maybe I'll even just make a makeup brand, you know? Where it's like people can have an affordable option to clean makeup sources sold in drugstores and whatever, but also it stays on your face pretty decently. That would take a lot of work. My brother John's girlfriend, she's basically a scientist. I mean, yes, she works in like biogenetics or engineering, something like that. But maybe she could cross over. She's a very intelligent woman. She might already have some background information in the area. Be the head of like a marketing team for me. Although I don't generally like to mix business with family affairs, to be honest with you. Anyways, okay. We're gonna clamp the lashes. Clamp, 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 clamp. Careful not to rip your eyelashes out. Seriously, be so careful not to pinch your eyelash skin. Women have been using crazy contraptions for the longest time. It's actually really, really insane. Now we're gonna put some lash glue stuff on. No, this is waterproof mascara. It's Glam, and I got it because I thought I was gonna use this when I went to Costa Rica for my birthday. And I thought I want to have like some just bare bones cute makeup that's waterproof on, so I can swim around and be in the moment and have fun, but also have cute photos. But then it ended up, I just didn't have enough time to go everywhere in Costa Rica that I wanted to, so I didn't get to go to the beaches really that time, but I loved Costa Rica. It was so fun. Ooh, okay, my sister called. Poor thing only got 1 hour of sleep last night. Oh, my poor darling sister. Oh my goodness. You know, like when you're getting married, I know like when I was getting married, I was also so filled with like excitement for the day before. I had a hard time going to sleep. So I imagine she was also feeling like that too, you know, like, oh, tomorrow's the day, you know. And so I'm about to go over and meet with my brother James and his beautiful, stunning girlfriend Cheech, and my sister Cami, and then I'm gonna be in their room and finish the hair. So I'll try to get some snippets of that. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm a little bit like shy to be doing YouTube videos and stuff in front of my siblings. And they definitely don't want to be in the videos. But I do feel better talking to my sister. She's so wonderful. Oh, and gorgeous. And every time I talk to her, I just want to bundle her up and take her with me far away into the mountainside of somewhere in a beautiful rural area in Russia, and feed her goat milk and take her on many long hikes, and we can make little daisy chain headpieces together, and we can have like a small dairy farm. You know, just girly things, just the, you know, regular. She is so effortlessly fun and wild. If there's a pool, she's getting in the pool and she's gonna go swimming. She's gonna have a good time. You know, if like other girls, when I say other girls, me, worried about messing up my makeup or my hair, I'm like, I don't know. My sister diving in, she's boogieing, having a good time, and every time I see her, I'm just like, yeah, I need to be in the moment and just have fun. I need to just be here. She's so precious to me. I just treasure her so much. I love it. Okay, now that I've combed out absolutely every bit of my hair, let's go relocate to my brother's room, I guess. I'm nervous. Nervous? We're gonna turn that into excitement. I'm excited! As I continue to get ready for this wedding, I'm just gonna kind of gab to you guys about history and about my thoughts on all these different things going on, because, you know, you're stuck here with me. The hair took a insane amount of time. It was a lot of effort, and it went through many phases, but I read a book not too long ago about some of the history surrounding Las Vegas, and I think that Las Vegas in the United States is such a strange place for many reasons. One being, it just to me, and this might sound a little bit like, ooh wee, like you're really out there in the stars. You're a little bit, crazy for this, Elizabeth. You might be thinking that, but when I get to Las Vegas, it just feels spiritually heavy. The city as a whole. And I've only experienced that feeling of heaviness, of darkness, really, in maybe one other place, and that would be New Orleans. And I think I kind of deduced that feeling from coming from just a lot of despair perhaps going on in those areas. I know in Louisiana there's a lot of open voodoo and witchcraft and dark magic that goes on, and in Las Vegas there's some just
a ton of hair goop.
a lot of things going on, right? Like obviously right now in Las Vegas they've kind of built it to be a type of place that's most known for its gambling. It's most known for like happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas. There's a lot of prostitution that takes place there.
I do too.
There's
I just don't know if I'm allowed to wear it or not.
People that are, kind of just getting wrapped up in these ideas.
I don't know how much of it was geared towards us or how much was geared towards other people she didn't want to
and
wear it. I don't know.
They get kind of caught there, it seems. Like, as I walk through the casinos and the downstairs areas of these hotels and things like that, I just look at these people and their eyes seem empty. It's so sad. I watched a movie many years ago, and I believe it was called like Percy Jackson, and it was referencing the Odyssey, this book, and it was kind of talking about like I believe it's called like the Lotus Lounge, and it was referencing this kind of mindset that they would enter into this place and then they would be having so much fun and partying and like just having the time of their life, and then before they know it, the next thing is they're old and they're like all of a sudden sober for a moment. They're like, wait, like I'm still here, what's going on? Years have passed of my life and I'm still here, what's going on, right? And then they get this moment of revelation where it's like, wait, I've been here trapped and my senses were dulled and this isn't actually where I want to be forever. I thought I was just going to like a party for a moment of fun.
Actually disgusting. No, it looked so goofy. What the heck?
Anyways, back to what I was saying is I just think that it's easy for people to get caught up in having fun, maybe they're in Las Vegas, and kind of like losing track of their time or their goals or like what's really happening, or thinking like, oh, if I just try this slot machine one more time, I'm going to make my rent money and I'm gonna make enough for a lot of fun money and all this stuff. But it's just so easy to lose everything and end up worse off than you were before you started, in that kind of situation. But I really don't say that to come across as judgmental, because I think that if we're being honest, all of us might struggle with utilizing our time properly and trying not to fall into these traps of like social media, doom scrolling and stuff like that, so I don't know, everything within reason, right? Like in the Bible it says there's a time for everything, and it was said by the most wise king. As I have been in preparation for this wedding, I've been in deep thought about the 1920s as a historical time period, and truly it was not all that long ago. And what makes me believe that is because my grandmother was alive during that time. She died at 96 years old, and she would talk to me sometimes about what it felt like growing up in
the Great Depression time period and, you know, with the aftermath of that. So, you know, her parents had just survived a huge economic downfall in our country, and the instability and uneasiness that bred affected, you know, their life and the way that they viewed things, right? And I don't think all of it was just wisdom to be discarded and never thought about anymore. You know, I think that there's so much things that we can attain from those time periods and really think about in ways that might benefit us now, you know? Like, our entire country is only 250 years old as of 2026, July 4th.
The bun was cute. It was a cute look, kind of, but it just, I knew it wasn't really it. I was trying to convince myself.
Let me tell you some uncommon facts about the 1920s that you might not know. So, in America at the time, we actually had our first de facto female president. What does that mean, Elizabeth? You might be asking me. Don't worry, I will explain. So, Woodrow Wilson, the president of the United States at the time, suffered a massive stroke, and his wife, Edith, actually stepped up and she would determine which of the things going on in the country was big enough to inform, like important enough to inform her husband about. The other things she would decide and take care of herself. And she actually kept it a secret for many months. Isn't that kind of scandalous? Even though prohibition was a thing and people by and large weren't allowed to legally drink alcohol, you could get prescribed a prescription to have alcohol. It was like a medical whiskey loophole that a lot of people were doing. And I think that is so funny. Like, they were just going to the doctor and they're like, look, I have anxiety. I need to be able to drink.
I am so glad that I got rid of the bun and the weird trying to like tuck in my hair to make a fake bob, and I just used the like headband that came with this outfit that I bought from Amazon for like 1920s flapper, because that made it a million times easier. If you're trying to do this hairstyle, girl, just use a headband. Like, don't try to be some type of like hero. Just use the headband and call it a day. It saves so much time. I will say I loved the finger wave look though. I think that it actually looks so cute, and I kind of want to wear this just in everyday life sometimes.
Honestly, I'd be a little worried about it looking as if I'm trying to appropriate though. Oh, how I love to be a woman, and oh, how I love to get to play with other girls' hair. Like, this time I spent getting ready with my sister-in-laws is a beautiful memory I will always have near and dear to my heart, because oh my goodness, they're such wonderful people, and this time is just something I could never get back, and I love I was there.
Hair check, okay, from the front. It's cute. How's it looking from the back?
It's a little busted, but you know,
the back. Tell me. Don't be shy now.
that one baby hair is driving me crazy.
Got that pesky guy in the back. Let's see, how's it looking?
This is much better, but girl, your hair is gonna have to be adjusted throughout the night.
That's how they used to dance. Yeah. Why are you nervous?
I don't know.
Me too though. I'm like out of breath nervous a little bit, and I've been shaky all morning.
Yeah, I think we all are a little bit.
Right? I did put in some threats into my wedding speech, but casual.
Oh no.
Casual. We have a lot military members in our family with short tempers and great aim, but we're happy for the melding of families. Thank you so much for watching today's Get Ready With Me. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you try your best to love people and to show up with all of your sunshine abilities, to just, you know, be the salt of the earth, love people, love God, and do your best, you know? That's what I'm doing my best, just doing my best, guys. And see you later. Bye.